All right, Garrett Johnson here, joined by Grayson Murray. And Grayson, really emotional win for you earlier this year. Just coming, big comeback for you. And how did that feel emotionally to get that win there in Hawaii? I mean, I know we could see it meant a lot to you.
Yeah, I mean, it meant a lot just for my personal life and also my, as far as my career goes. It was felt like it was kind of a burden that was lifted off my shoulders a little bit. Just kind of a struggle the last few years on and off, the Corn Ferry and BJ Tour, and not really having a one tour to play on for a few years, bouncing back and forth. And obviously when you went out here, it frees you up for 2 years. And it's nice to be back out here where I think I deserve to play, just because I think my game can correlate to all these golf courses that we play. And I'm excited to play against the best players in the world each and every week. And the Corn Ferry Tour is a great stepping stone, obviously, to get back to here. And I don't discredit my 2 wins that I had last year on that tour to really give me the confidence to get it done at Sony. I think if you win on any tour around the world, the Corn Ferry and the PGA are very similar when it comes to you see a lot of success right away from the guys who come from the Corn Ferry Tour, and there were a lot of great players out there. So it built a lot of confidence off of those wins. But going into Sony, I didn't expect anything. It was kind of just a normal week for me, and first week with my fiance on the road was really special to share that moment with.
And you looked at it like a man at peace there on that Sunday. It really just seemed like you had your emotions kind of collected. Like, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I rewatched a little bit of it just so I can kind of learn from it, and yeah, that's kind of what I took from it. I felt like I was in control all day, and I was playing with Keegan, obviously, who was in the playoff with me, and he was a world-class player, and it wasn't going to be an easy day. I knew that from the start, and if anything, it proved to me that like you don't have to have like your best to get it done sometimes, but you just have to hang in there, and that's what I did all day. And super positive attitude all week, and I think that's what I've gotten really good at, that I still continue to work on hard, is when you aren't starting all, like, let's say like that event, I was 3 over through 8 holes to start the week, and in the past I think that would have got to me, and having Jay on the bag, and we just said let's try to get it under par, shooting the red numbers on the first day somehow, and that's what we did, and that just kept us in it. And I always tell people, like, a 4-round golf tournament, it's not your good days that win, it's your bad days that win you the tournament. And if the best players in the world, like your Scotty Schefflers and your Victors and Rorys, they seem to always have their bad days still be under par. And they're obviously, their good days can go really low, and but it's all about really managing your days that you really don't have it and keep it under par.
Well, what did it mean to your mom in particular? Because I know you mentioned on the Five Clubs podcast that she told you about your drinking habits in the past, that, hey, once you put it down, I just know your talent is going to really shine through. So, like, what did that mean to you, that she got to see that happen?
Yeah.
You really did follow through.
Yeah, I mean, it's a testament to what she said. And she's told me that, a lot of times, and I really wasn't listening because I wasn't in the frame of mind to want to listen to that type of advice. She's a real...
There we go. There we go. Little loud. That's okay. We just got a caddy turning the car on here in the distance.
You might need to turn it off. Sorry.
We're baking in here.
No, but my mom and dad both are really, huge supporters, and my mom has such a good outlook on life in general. She went through a horrific accident when I was little, and I think it turned her perspective on life, and she's really into her faith. And in the last couple of years, she's had some deaths in the family that were, her mom and her great aunt and uncle were pretty much, they died within a few days of each other. And just seeing her going through all that, and obviously her accident years ago, how strong she is. When she tells me something like that, I listen now, because I really truly believe that she comes from a place where it's been really hard for her to she's seen dark times and she's gotten through them, and I think she really just doesn't want to see her, son. I'm one of three, so one of three kids, and she just wants to see us all be happy, most importantly. And I think when she knew that I finally was able to stop drinking, she knew my talent was always there, and she kept reminding me, like, when I was a kid, like, the parents or even the kids in the tournament would always say, "Oh, is Grayson playing? Oh, well, we're playing for second now." And that was the attitude I had when I was a kid, and it wasn't arrogance, it wasn't cockiness, it was just like I was really good. And it's hard to get back to that mentality out here because you're playing against guys that were just as good as me as a kid. But there is some type of levelness that you have to have within yourself to tell yourself that I am one of the best and I belong out here. And just her encouraging words is always meaningful.
Yeah, and I would imagine there's some level of freedom playing out here now that I think you're about 10 or 11 months sober from drinking. That's got to free you up in a lot of ways, I'd imagine, right?
It does. I mentioned in Gary's podcast that you alluded to, going to bed at night, like my parents don't have to worry, getting that phone call, which is probably the best gift I can give them. They obviously I'm at more peace, and giving them that peace of mind, it's now they can focus on just being loving parents, and now they're grandparents, so focus on being the best grandparents they can be. And I hope that adds a lot of life to their life. They're getting up there. My dad's about to be 74, and I just want to see him, his last, hopefully he's got 20 more years in him, but his last 20 years be like the best years of his life for because I make it easier on him.
And just closing up the Masters, obviously first chance at Augusta National coming up. How much are you looking forward to that opportunity?
Yeah, I've always dreamed about it. Like, I've watched so many. I feel like I've played it a million times in my head, just watching Tiger and some of those great tournaments in the past. And I'm obviously looking really, really forward to it. And it's going to be a busy week. Like my first one, there's going to be a lot of family and friends kind of come down and support me. And, they know that I just want to make sure you're still getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They know that it's business still. And I'm going to treat it just like a normal tournament. I don't want to overhype it. I've played in majors before, and the best, I think, advice I can give myself is just go in there prepared and know that you got what it takes to play well. And I think asking guys around the tour for advice, they just basically say that those exact words. They say don't try to overhype it. A lot of guys will get there and want to just be around the place so much, and they get tired out by Thursday rolls around. So really just conserve as much energy as possible, and that's what I'm going to try to take.
And last thing, is there a certain part of the course, a certain annual event over there that you're most excited about, tradition?
I just think I think it'll be special doing the par 3 with my fiance. Seeing her in that white bib, and she plays a little golf herself, so I'm definitely going to get her to hit a few shots.
You have to. I mean, come on, the scene.
Yeah, and I might even put one of her clubs in my bag just so she'll, not have to choke way up on one of my irons. But I think it'll just be so special having her there, and her mom and dad will be there as well. And anytime you can spend a week with your favorite people, it just makes it that much more special. And I wish we could do it more often, but everyone has their daily life they have to go about, and I hope we can make it a tradition every year for Augusta.